Hello YouTube, this is a dual channel upload. It will be both here on Pokemon Designer as well as on Game Channel. Due to the fact this is more of a gameplay, well I guess rather a live gameplay review of TranZit mode on Black Ops 2 Zombies. Yet another request, same day request, which doesn't usually happen even when I do, even with the very few requests I get. So I'm going to go ahead and take you over here to TranZit mode, and I'm going to play a little bit of solo TranZit mode. So let's get started here. Let's load up this. I'm going to go ahead and hopefully I will do better than I sometimes do on my first games, because this is my first game of the day. Usually my first game of the day I only get maybe like 5-6 rounds, but hopefully we'll do my after a few games skill and maybe we'll start off and hit around like 10 or 12. But pretty much what the request was a review on TranZit mode, and all in all, TranZit mode is a cool game type, but it's not really my favorite. They definitely added a lot of cool features that I did like. However, I didn't really like how small the map was compared to how much there is in the fog. Because of the fact that the fog is easy to navigate, but it takes a lot of time to get used to it before you can easily navigate. Not to mention, the fog is too thick in the map all around. Like, I can understand being out in the quote-unquote fog, but the actual game fog, like, is just ridiculous. Especially when you're cutting into the fog. I mean, there's a freaking smoke screen skin or texture that they had put. Like if you saw smoke from a building, they actually took that texture and placed a big wall of it between the towns or the areas on the map. But I'm not really going to go into that stuff. But this, all in all, TranZit mode is, if I would give it on a scale of 1 to 5, I'd probably have to give it a 4.6, just because it definitely gives a new perspective to the zombies, as well as the zombie storyline, which it's kind of what I was hoping for, but at the same time not. I definitely like it. However, it wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. Like, when they had talked about it originally, they had mentioned that it was supposed to be kind of like a storyline, a zombie story. Like, if you had, say, you're playing a zombies campaign, almost. Like, that's kind of how they worded it. But what it ended up being was just another zombies mode with a bus and a storyline inside of it. So, it was somewhat disappointing. However, I kind of expected something like that to happen. I don't think I ever posted a video about what my thoughts on the quote-unquote story or campaign mode was going to be like, but this is definitely cool, but not exactly what I was hoping for. But I still definitely like it. The only problem really that I find with it is the guns are spread way too thin, and there aren't enough on the walls. Not to mention, the box moves way too far apart. Like, the maps are, like, all these maps are made mainly for if you're playing them separately on survival. They're not really meant for TranZit mode. Like, it looks like they just made some small survival maps and pieced them all together to say that this was a giant game mode. Not to mention, 3 of those zones aren't even accessible outside of TranZit mode, which is really stupid, considering the fact that they're perfect for survival mode. Instead, they're better for survival mode, honestly, than in TranZit mode. But I'm not going to really complain too much about that, especially considering this is this is supposed to be for TranZit mode. But TranZit mode was definitely I don't really know how to explain it as more than pretty much just a fun game type for when you're bored with real zombies from World at War, honestly. Because what I do now is I just go back to World at War zombies to play some real zombies because of the fact that all the game modes in all the new zombies maps and game mode and the new TranZit game mode got really boring after about 2 weeks of playing because I had already maxed the leaderboards of all from my friends list, so there was no real reason to play after that. And then I played a little bit every now and then on solo just to get more ranks, and then I hit a blue-eyed knife 5 tally, and I just kind of gave up. I didn't care about rank anymore, and now I'm back down to as you can tell there, a black-eyed knife 2 tally. So I really don't care anymore. It's not really like zombies. Like, I know a lot about zombies. I know all these story theories. I know what's going, like how to do the Easter eggs on all the maps. I know a lot about zombies. And TranZit mode was just not really a good game mode, or wasn't. Black Ops 2 zombies just wasn't up to par with their previous zombies. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm not saying that it's a great zombies. Like, I'll go back to World at War, thank you very much, and play some real zombies, or I'll go back to Black Ops 1 every now and then to play some solo because of the fact that I'm banned from it. Apparently I attempted to mod, even though that's not true. I had done it on offline, and for whatever reason they banned my online account. Why would I try to mod my online account for zombies if I knew for a fact I'm gonna get banned? I mean, that's ridiculous. So why would they ban entire consoles, like all the profiles on the console, you know? But I'm not gonna really argue about that. But I'll even go back to that sometime so I can play some decent zombies. I mean, when you look at the zombies Treyarch has made, or the zombie game maps that Treyarch has made over the years, you get slowly worse. Like, I'll go back to World at War, and those maps are awesome. Greatest zombies maps they've ever made, and you can't surpass those. Then I can skip ahead to the maps in Black Ops 1. They were decent, but they weren't really great. They were a lot better than I was expecting them to be, but they weren't what I wanted them to be. Like, I wanted an original zombies feel, which I got out of Kino. I definitely didn't get it out of 5. I really didn't like 5. 5 was not really my favorite campaign in the game, and I didn't really like it overall. But it was still a decent map. I also got the feel that I wanted out of Call of the Dead, or Ascension. Ascension was a really good map. I liked it. I'm not going to really go into this too much, but I want to get a feel that I got like from Doris, and that's what Ascension did. And TranZit mode just gives me a new nostalgic feel, kind of like when Black Ops 1 came out with, and I played Kino all the time. But after you hit such a certain point, you just kind of get bored with it, and Black Ops 2 Zombies hit that point really fast for me. I really didn't like the modes. The survival maps were terrible. The only reason I bought it was so I could buy hardcore to get Nuketown Zombies, and even then it's no fun to play that because of the fact that I hold leaderboard stats for my friends list at what should be round 27, but they took that away because of the fact that I was playing custom games. What's up with I think they need to add either a custom games leaderboard for different, like, so that way you know, hey, they did this and this, and you get leaderboards for that, or they need to add a private match. They really need private match, because I don't want to have to go online and have to play 4 players and hope that they don't leave in the middle of the game so I don't lose my leaderboard stats. I mean, I ran with 2 of my friends and a guy we picked up online, and he left because he went down and died at round 10. He left, and we had instead of getting on round 30 stats, we only got around 10 stats, and it's like it didn't even matter. So it really ticks me off that Treyarch didn't do a private match that actually counted for stats, because we really needed that private mode at points like that. Or say I want to play a private match with friends, like I just want to play some TranZit mode with one of my friends, but I still want my leaderboards, but we don't got that. Why not? I mean, it's not like it was that hard to code in. We see all these leaderboard stats for all these different things, and not to mention the custom games mode isn't even that efficient either. Like, there's so much more room for easy coding that they just didn't do because they were lazy. Just like with TranZit mode, they were too lazy to put more detail into it. Not to mention, of course, you're not going to get super great detail, but they put so much fog over the map so that way you can't see all their design flaws that they were too lazy to fix because zombies was put in last minute. Because they were too busy adding useless stuff to multiplayer. Like all the new weapon skins. Why do we need all those weapon skins? I mean, that seems like a complete waste of game space and time that we could have definitely spent trying to make zombies as good as the first one. I mean, really, there's nothing that they did so much wrong and so little right. But TranZit mode was definitely their best success in Black Ops 2, zombies, actually all around. But I still think there was so much more they could have done better, if you know what I'm saying. Like, they did a decent job on the multiplayer. They did a great job on campaign, and they did a pretty darn good job on TranZit mode. However, survival mode and map-wise, they did a pretty bad job. Just lazy and sloppy, honestly. Maybe the reason they got so lazy was just because of the fact that, dang it. Maybe it was just because of the fact that they spent way too much unnecessary time on getting the bus to run on TranZit mode. I mean, there's so many things they could have done differently, but it just seems like they were too lazy to do it. That's what it really seems like. Just they're too lazy to do simple things or take the time. Like, even a pushback. I mean, plenty of big name games have pushback dates. I mean, look at Gears of War 3. That was pushed back once. Gears of War 2, I think, was pushed back once or twice. There's plenty of games that push back release dates so that way they can get better quality. But since people pay for the crap that Treyarch and Activision, or whoever makes the other Call of Duty sets, they pay so much for the crap that they make in like 2 minutes, they don't care about anything else. I mean, for God's sake, the zombies in this game, the female zombies, still have the male zombie audio files. They still say Sam even though she's not controlling them anymore. So unless that's linking some kind of future Easter egg or something, there's absolutely no reason that they should be referencing Sam. I mean, a lot of it just doesn't make sense. But, I got way off topic here, like I normally do with my reviews. But, back to the whole TranZit mode review. TranZit mode is probably the best part of Black Ops 2. Zombies is a complete waste of time without TranZit mode anymore. So, pretty much the only reason to play Black Ops 2 is for zombies. And if you don't buy the Season Pass or the Hardened Edition, there's no real reason to play it, because Nuketown Zombies is like other than TranZit mode, Nuketown Zombies is the only reason to really get the game. So, Nuketown Zombies and so you can play a good survival map, and TranZit so you can play a cool new zombies game mode. But sorry I got so off topic there. I don't think this one will go on my game designer channel, honestly. If it does, then I'll be amazed, because I don't think I have that set up for more than 10-minute long videos, but hopefully it does, and this will go up there as well. But thanks for watching. Thanks again for such a great question. from Mr. Morgan. And if you, Mr. Morgan, or anyone else you know wanted to know any questions, just leave them down below, and I will definitely try to get to them. So thanks again for watching. Subscribe for more, and even leave more questions for me from anybody about anything zombies or otherwise game related.